Good morning, everyone. It's Mish here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, thanks for stopping by. And if you are a regular crafty friend and kindred spirits, welcome back. So this is Christmas Eve morning. I have gotten up early. I thought it was going just after 6 o'clock and it was not even 5 o'clock. So I listened to the radio a little bit and then I just thought I'd get up and do a little bit of playing in my Christmas 2024 journal. So I've pretty much finished with getting the pages set up for now. I just want to wait and see what Christmas cards and things that I get that I'm going to add into my journal. But there are some things that I already pre-planned to go in my journal, and some of them involve some pictures. So this is one picture of my very first Christmas. There's me. That was many, many moons ago, and those are my parents. So I wanted to get this picture in my journal, and I'm thinking that I'd like to have it here. So that's one picture that I want to get in. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a little matte. Want a little background for this. Maybe something like that, but you can't really see the deer. You can see the little deer heads. Just want to do a little bit of a something behind that. Actually, I could just do a little side thing. I think that'll work. I'm going to cut that off right around here. So I hope you're ready for Christmas. By the time you see this, you've probably already had Christmas. Because I have a video already coming out on today on Christmas Eve. So this one will probably come out on Christmas Day if I get a chance to upload it. Kind of thinking that. Then I can put a couple little things there. Just want to add a little color to this page. I don't have very many photos of when I was young. I have a few. But I'm not sure my parents had a camera. Should ask my dad. My mom has passed away, as if you watch my channel, you know that. And it's times like this when I think I really want to ask her questions. And I know you read these things, if you have questions, ask them now. You know, don't take for granted that your parents will be here or your whoever. But the thing is that sometimes you don't know the questions that you're going to want to ask. So that makes it a little bit harder. So there I have a little flip there. And I'm going to do a little bit of journaling in here about maybe early Christmases. And I still want to decorate this a little bit more, but I wanted to get that in. And then on this page, I have a little photo of my brother and I on Santa's knee. But I'm thinking, again, I must have to ask my dad. I'm thinking that this must have been taken at Santa's Village. We lived in Illinois when I was young, till I was about 10 years old. I was born in Nova Scotia, but my mother's father moved her family. She was the oldest in her family, and she married my dad young. She was 19 or something. So all her brothers and sisters were younger and living at home. And my grandfather was a carpenter, and there was good work in Chicago. So he uprooted his family, and of course my mom and dad followed. I'm kind of thinking that will take away from the picture. The background is a little bit too busy. And the reason that I feel, so where I'm getting with this story is that I think this must have been taken at Santa's Village because we're in shorts. And I am pretty sure my mother would not dress us in shorts in Illinois in December. So I need to ask my dad if this was taken in Santa's Village. So again, I'm just rooting through some of my background paper. I've got this little coffee dyed paper. No, we want Christmassy. I should have had this all pre-planned, but I just thought we'd craft along. All my presents are wrapped. Everything is done. So this evening, I will just be getting things organized for Christmas dinner. So I'll be out. I kind of like that, and then we could just cut that off. So I have all the foods and stuff. I don't have to leave the house, thankfully. What about this one? No. I can't find the mat I want for that, so I'm just going to leave that for now and come back to that. I'm going to have to stop the video. This is going to be a video of parts because I have to work this morning. So I'm just doing a few little things before I go off to work. So these ones here are pictures of my mother when she was a girl. And my mother's laughing, and those are her two younger brothers. Because, well, not because, but, and she's smiling and looks like she's in the middle of a laugh there. My mother was always smiling and happy. She always tended to, you know, she could be stern and cranky for sure. We all can. But she did laugh a lot. That's one thing about my mother, is she laughed a lot. So I wanted to get these two pictures in here of her Christmas. And I'd say there she's probably 6 or 7, I think, maybe. Yeah, she's about 7 or 8, maybe. And I found these pictures. I don't even know how I came about having these pictures, to be honest. Maybe they were in my grandmother's stuff when she died. I've had them a while. So I thought I would get those in. Okay, and when I set up this page, I deliberately left these little envelopes so that I could write a little bit of how I feel maybe when I look at this picture, or maybe a little bit about my mom. And I did plan on decorating these, the pockets. So I'll just go through, because I think I'll stop there until I get myself better organized. But I did put in some of the cards that we made the other day. I'm not sure if I made this one on camera or not. So some of them I made off camera. But I have a little journal card that I made to stick in there, as well as these ones here. So I did have, originally, I put in ones that I had written on the top. So I created these little cards just on my computer. But I had handwritten that, and I think it looks cute, but for some reason I didn't really like it in my journal. So I went ahead and I printed off some of the cards with the names already typed in there. So Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, Barbara Robinson, The Christmas Box. So I just made a few of the books that I particularly read or like. So this one here is A Christmas Carol. I've already watched this one last night. I like the old movie, and I do have the book of the Christmas Carol. Actually, I have a couple copies. One that I got, which had ripped pages, which I'm using for collaging at the thrift store. And then I have a nicer one. And then Little Women. So I watched that the other day. I watched the newer one with Meryl Streep as Aunt Marsh. And to tell you the truth, I didn't prefer that one. Here's another little journal card. I will put something on the back. I was thinking I had a specific use for this one. But anyways, we made that one online. On my last video, we made that one. This one here is just an extra one that I made for journaling. I just stuck a little card in there. And then, you know, you've seen those before. This is a postcard. The very first mail that I received when Canada Post finished their strike, which was, well, I got this last week, was a card that the girl sent me when they went away to stay in a motel, the Breeze Motel, Stay Breezy. And, of course, I had to add it because it's December mail, but also it's significant in two ways. The girl sent it, so I always love when I receive stuff from the kids. But it's also the first mail that came out of this, you know, came from the strike. I just folded this for now. I have a little little card that I've added to the top here. And you guys did ask in the video that was posted, not today, I think yesterday, about the little beaded paper clips. And I'm thinking I'll do a little tutorial maybe later in this video or my next video. And there's the card that we made yesterday or the day before. And that goes in our little pocket. I got to glue down that little doily. I wanted some red doilies, so I've ordered some from Amazon. I won't have them to play a lot for this year, but I'll have them for next year. And there's our little chessie. And I put the little index card thing that we made, little file folder, and one of the other journaling cards that we made in there. I think that's all that I've done. This card here I received from the girls, but it was in, it wasn't this year. I'm going to have to try to think of a date. But I absolutely love that card. So I'm going to use that as a little journal spot too. And that's in that little pocket. And that's all I've done so far. I'm going to go away, get ready for work, probably work, and I will pop in a little bit later today. All right. See you soon. All right. I'm just popping back to get a few things down. So I found a little mat that I thought would work with this. I also want to put a little bit of ribbon that I had. I just picked this up at the dollar store, but I thought it would look cute there. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac to put that down. And I've got just a couple other little things I want to add. And then we'll call this done. I should have held this upside down. There we go. Fabri-Tac, if you are new to crafting, is a silicone-based glue. It's good for fabric, ribbons, but you can also use it on paper. And one of the good things about it is because it doesn't have a water base, it won't wrinkle your papers. The thing I find with my Fabri-Tac though is after a time, it tends to thicken. And I've heard, but I've not tried it myself, that if you add a little acetone to it, it thins it out again. Actually, I'm going to wait till that dries before I add that down. Okay, so now let's get my little picture here. And I'm just going to use a double-sided tape on that to get that down on the mat. Like so. And we'll get that, oops, take our time. Get that relatively straight. Okay, so I really like that little mat, and I think it suits that well. So I'm just going to put, I was going to make this a little flip so that I could write behind it, but I have lots of places to journal, and I can always add a tag or a ticket. So I'm just going to get that right down. Just going to put that right down. Like so. I did, however, in the meantime, I cut a piece of just lined paper that I thought I would put just here, behind here, so that I could have that as a little journal spot. So I'm just going to, I think I'll put this down with double-sided tape too, so it doesn't warp. Okay, and then I'm just going to straighten that a bit. And that will cover that, so that when I open that up, I'll have a little space to write in there. And I grabbed just some little stickers that I thought I could decorate this little page. I also grabbed just this little garland. I printed this off of Raw Pixel. So I've already mentioned about Raw Pixel. So I put that just there, just to add a little bit of some interest there. And then with the stickers, I was thinking I wanted to put him on the inside here, which would still give journal space up at the top there. I'm going to put him sort of over here. And then as I'm writing, if I can get him off here. He's welded down there pretty good. There we go. So I thought I'd just stick him up there. And then I could still do some writing here and here. And then that would close, and that'll close. I also did a tag, so I just took a piece of file folder, and I wanted a tag that would fit inside this little pocket that we made. And for the collaging, I just took some of the Tim Holtz collage paper, Christmas collage, which is just a very thin tissue paper like collage. And I just put that down, and I put a little topper on with a ribbon pull for now. And I thought that was fine because it's already collaged, and I think that looks cute. So we can put that in there. So, okay. And then I found a couple little stickers and some sentiments that I wanted to add to this page. So I was thinking that remember, cherish, and celebrate. I really like that. And my mom every year, she used to give me a poinsettia at Christmas time. Usually around my birthday she'd give me one, but sometimes it would be after my birthday. And she loved the Costco ones because they were huge. Now I didn't even look this year to see if Costco had one. And even when I lived abroad, she would send me some money specifically to buy a poinsettia. So after she died, I would still buy one. But the last few years, because my place is quite small, and I really don't have, much room for, now that I've got all my craft stuff in here too, in this house, that I really haven't bought an actual plant, but I will remember her with, little stickers. And the whole theme of this journal too was around the poinsettia, because there was a lot of poinsettias, I think, in this, in the Digikit. Okay, so I think that's kind of cute. And then I have some room to do some journaling on that one. I did add some labels here for the movies that are underneath here. And then I might add a little bit more to the detail there. I put a little ribbon pull on there. I believe that's all. Oh, so I have this card from one of my good friends, and I want to put this in here. So I'm thinking that I'm either going to make a pocket so that I could tuck things in, and then I can just decorate this with some washi tape. And it will stick out a little bit from the book, but I'm fine with that because it doesn't stick out that far. The other thing I could do is just trim off a little bit there so that it sits. I could trim a little bit. I don't want to trim too much though. And so I could trim like maybe that much off the edge. I love this card, and she wrote me a really touching message too. So if I set that in, that sets a little bit better. And I was just thinking I'll run a little bit of washi tape along that edge, and then I'll make a pocket from it. I could also put ribbon there if I wanted to. I'm going to put a little bit of glue down because sometimes this paper washi tape doesn't adhere as well as I'd like it to. If I can get the backing off. Okay. Then I'm just going to excuse my head if it gets in the way. Just going to take that right to the edge. there, and there. Okay, so then that'll be good. Cut this a little bit off. And I think I'll use some of my score tape to make the pocket. So I want the pocket to be down and around there. So I'll just get this down. I like to use the score tape for pockets and things because it's a really robust tape and it will withstand a lot of the pressure of putting things in and out of the pocket. And you can get it in all different thicknesses, which is good. So it's whatever you need for your project, you'll find a suitable width of that. All right, so we'll get this stuck in here. So I'm just going to line that up kind of in the middle. I'm not going to go right down to the very crease, but pretty near, and then we'll get that down. My score tape, I put a little bit too much there, so I'm just going to take that off so that I don't have everything stuck to it. And I really, really love how that washi tape is sticking up. There we go. That thing's stuck all over me. Yeah, so I really like that. And then we have a pocket here. Can be a bit of a hidden pocket. And then I'll have my card with my message there. Okay, and then the other thing I did is I put some score tape on one side of this junk recycled bit of plastic because I'm thinking that I want this side to be stuck down. So on this side here, we'll have the little tag pockets, but then we'll have a bigger pocket that we could put something else in, like another card or something. And then on this side, we'll have our little pockets, but we'll have a little bit of journal space or something there. So I had stuck that in. And then I was thinking I wanted to do something with this because I quite liked that. I like that panel. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm not sure. So I think I'll go away, I'll have a think, and then I'll be back just to finish up the video. Okay, so what I decided to do with the card, because I just really love that, is I've cut the front panel off and I've trimmed it so that it will fit on this back page. And I've already taken a bit of ribbon and glued it down with the Fabri-Tac. So I'm just going to put a little bit more, and actually normal glue might work, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to put a little bit more of the Fabri-Tac on the back here. And then I'll have a little flip out to add some photos to, or a little journal spot. So I'm just going to line that up with that. And I'm going to fold it from the middle and then work my way out to each end. By doing that, I find it helps to prevent a lot of wrinkles. Okay, so I have that down. And then when I open that up, it'll be a little tip out for adding some pictures. So I think I'm going to end this now as I want to try to get this out. And I hope you have the merriest of Christmases. Want to thank you so much for all your lovely comments, and I will be getting to them as soon as I can over the holidays. Hopefully I'll have another video up, or at least a couple more before the New Year's. I still haven't had the Marguerite Miller prompts, so that won't be out, I doubt, before the New Year, but it may do. However, for now, I just hope you stay safe and well, that you have a happy holiday, and thank you so much. Bye for now.